My hands, they tell the story. Knuckles thick as river stones, calluses like ancient maps. People see me here, 103 years old, still chiseling away in this sun-drenched studio, and they whisper, "What's her secret? Is it the clay? The solitude? The air?" They expect me to speak of diet or discipline. And yes, discipline shaped me. But the real secret? It's not in what you add to your life. It's in what you choose to remove. I learned, over a century, that peace is not something you find. It is something you reveal. Most people spend their lives frantically searching for happiness in every new thing. A new love, a new job, a new city. They accumulate. They grasp. They hoard. But true serenity, like a perfect sculpture, emerges only when you learn what to chip away, what to let go of. You have to realize that the block of marble in front of you, your life, is already full of beauty. You just buried under too much extra weight. Now, don't mistake my quiet joy for an easy journey. My life has been a relentless chipping away, a constant battle with the stone itself. In 1929, the market crashed and we lost everything. I was 9 years old, watching my father burn our precious books for warmth, tears silent on his face. I remember the smell of those burning pages, the smell of dreams turning to ash. I had to learn young that things are just things. They can be taken, but the strength to stand in the cold, that is yours to keep. Later, in the 50s, I finally found my calling, but I spent years in anonymity. Critics laughed. They said my work was too raw, too stark, too honest. They wanted pretty things to put on a shelf. I carved the truth instead. I went hungry some nights, my fingers cramped and bleeding from the cold stone, but I stayed true to the vision. If you sell your soul for a little bit of applause, you'll find that the clapping ends, but the emptiness stays. Then, in 1973, I lost Marco, my anchor, my greatest admirer. He died in his sleep, quiet as a falling leaf. I felt the chisel drop from my hand that day. The studio felt like a tomb. I thought the clay had hardened into unworkable despair. I sat in the dark for a long time, listening to the silence he left behind. But I realized then, you don't get to choose what stone life gives you, but you do choose how you hold a hammer. I could let grief shatter me into dust, or I could let it temper me. I picked up the hammer, not to forget, but to remember with purpose. I carved the grief into the stone. I'll let the pain guide the strike. And that's the thing about scars. They are just different textures on a masterpiece. The world will always try to dictate what you should be. People will tell you to soften your edges, to make your life look nicer for the neighbors. They want you to be a smooth, boring pebble. Ignore them. Every time I compromised my vision to please someone else, the sculpture fell dead, lifeless. Only when I carved for the truth in my own heart did the work breathe. You are your own masterpiece. Don't let anyone else be your critic. Their opinions are just dust. Blow them away. What brings me joy now? It's the negative space. It's the quiet scrape of the chisel in the morning. The smell of fresh clay. The way the light shifts at sunset, turning the marble to gold for just a moment. The feel of my daughter's hand in mine. Most people are looking for the grand prize, but the real beauty is in what isn't there. The absence of noise, the absence of striving, the absence of clutter. I'm 103 years old. I have outlived my husband, my enemies, and even some of my friends. I should be tired, but I am lighter than I've ever been, because I've spent a lifetime letting go of everything that didn't matter. I stopped carrying the grudges. I stopped carrying the what-ifs. I stopped carrying the heavy coat of other people's expectations. So tonight, I invite you not to acquire, but to release. Look around your life. What anxieties are you clinging to? What expectations are weighing you down? What old ghosts are still living in your head? Pick up your own invisible hammer and start chipping away. Not to destroy, but to reveal. Life is like a block of marble. It looks formidable and unyielding. But inside, waiting to be revealed, is your true self. Your peace. Your light. You only need the courage to chip away everything that isn't you. That is the only true act of creation. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs more people who are brave enough to be real. Go on now. The stone is waiting. Start carving.